After years of doing nothing, the U.S. Senate has finally passed a pair of bills that would strengthen protections for minors on social media websites, protecting them from harmful content and hopefully preventing their data from being stolen, their parents' data included, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and pick that up.
So we've got these two bills that passed the Senate last week. You have KOSA and COPA 2.0. And basically what they do in these two separate bills, the first one is basically protecting from the harmful content, which of course we have seen time and time again. We've talked about these studies. These children are seeing images of eating disorders, almost glamorizing this self-immolation type thing we see, coercing children to harm themselves or to harm others. And finally, the Senate says, well, wait a minute, that's pretty bad. We got to put a stop to that. The second one, the COPA 2.0, is the one that works even further to protect the data. And of course, it puts it on the social media companies. This is now your responsibility. And if you do not comply, there are going to be legal consequences. But, we know how that goes.
Passes 91-3. That's incredible. In the Senate, passes 91-3. Wyden is bought and owned by the industry. I mean, the tech industry. He's in Oregon. I mean, he has huge connections. You got Paul, who is always talking about the risk of censorship. He voted against it. Mike Lee from Utah. I don't know where he comes up. I couldn't figure out where he lines up in it, probably on a censorship issue. But, the truth is this has been kicking around. Another thing's been kicking around. And the argument is they're worried about the mental health of these kids, right? They're saying we're really affecting the mental health. But when you stand back and look at what they're saying, I can't make a distinction here. Maybe you can help me with it. What's the distinction between Facebook and Meta and everybody else that's doing the same thing? I mean, all this, they're doing exactly the same thing.
Right.
They're taking information and selling it to the public.
Right. Well, and this legislation does cover any kind of social media outlet. And I think the kind of overall take on what they're doing here is they're bringing it the same way they do with the ratings on television shows, the ratings that they do on movies, on music, video games. And it just says, okay, this is another avenue where children are seeking entertainment. So we need to make sure, because we regulate everything else too this way, we have to do it this way. So this one in particular is not targeted towards any specific company. It's broad brush.
My point is this. My point is the reason it's called the TikTok legislation. I mean, it was all it all centered around TikTok, of course, because they're Chinese.
Yeah.
And my only point I was making, there's no difference. You see, this has been going on with Meta. It's been going on with Instagram, Facebook, you name it. They've been doing this for years. But now they found this way to say, look, this is different. This is damn Chinese. And so we really have to do something about it. Does it do anything to 230 at all? Does it loosen the strain of 230?
It kind of impacts it. It doesn't specifically impact it, but you can kind of make the leap that it could impact 230.
I promise you it will.
I hope it does.
I do too. As a lawyer, I'm looking at it and saying, it's mighty close to saying, no, you don't have immunity. When you do this, and there's children that commit suicide, children that are bullied and that it ends up with a murder, children who have addiction issues, whatever it may be, you're moving mighty close to the 230 protection that the industry's had. And I would think that it wouldn't surprise me that within a couple of years, we will already test this case.
Yeah.
We'll test how far does this go, and hopefully we'll accomplish something there.